are Jason and Anna.
Hey, it's Pop Culture Fun Time, Season 1, Episode 10, the finale. We made it to the end.
Barely.
Yeah. We had to be late again. But hey, this is our life. It was a rough week. We had rats to deal with and wisdom teeth to pull out.
Yep.
So, we knew we had Kip in the garage, who was a rat. We had seen Kip. He was eating some grass seed, and then finally went on to some insecticide, which he only ate a little bit of. And then we weren't sure if there were baby rats, but I put out just some glue traps in hopes that I would catch Kip. We did catch one baby in the rat zapper, the electric thing, which is so fun. And so I thought, okay, so was this a mouse? Was this something else? We didn't think that maybe little. Kip was procreating.
Right.
But then the garage started to stink.
Yep.
And turns out we had killed two other rats on glue traps that I had put up high on top of boxes. And when we found those, they were covered in dead rats. Just two rats, but
they were decomposing.
They were
horrible
for a while.
And then where we had seen rat poop, we pulled out some stuff and found a ton of rat poop. So we masked up, we gloved up, and we had to basically pull out everything from our garage last weekend and just... Or I guess it was Monday. No, it was last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just
clean and throw things away. But you know what? It ended up being a good thing because...
we got a lot of stuff gone.
We got rid of a ton of stuff.
Yep.
And my precious Funkos that I had boxed and never opened, my Dr. Candle from Bobblehead that I had, that box somehow became a...
Ground zero
for a rat bathroom. So I threw away all the boxes. I have the Funkos in a bag, and I'm like, do I just pour bleach in there and hope for the best? I don't know, but
I don't know.
I still have them because it's like Bro Thor.
I know.
With his pizza.
Yeah, I know.
And anyway, so that happened, and then we put out. So our neighbor. Evidently, rats are not an uncommon thing in our
neighborhood.
Area. Yeah. And so he's got all the tricks because these things are smart. Like I put out traps and poison and under the house.
So many things.
This rat had been eating through the water line to our refrigerator. I mean, this has been a saga.
Yeah. No, it's like eating through plastic bins that don't have food in them.
I know.
Everything except the food we're putting out in the trap.
So our neighbor Ron is like, hey, put some dog food on one of those glue traps. And we're like, okay. We have a dog. We can do that. Did that, and then... Next day, Anna had to kill a rat.
Yeah, because it was stuck. But, of course, alive. And so I just had to smash it with a paint can.
Yeah, but since then...
None.
We have not seen another one. I put out some more of the poison. That is gone. So I'm guessing Kip must have ate that and is dead somewhere.
I hope he took it and left, though, because otherwise we're going to have to go looking into the house for a dead rat that starts sinking.
Or in our walls or something.
Oh, my God.
We're going to burn the house down if that's happening.
It's so awful.
Oh, God.
I
hate owning a house, but at the same time, it's a good thing to own a house.
Yeah, it was horrible, though. It was really horrible. So we did that Saturday, and then Sunday was Father's Day, so we took a break from the rat cleanup because the majority of it was done we just had to do it on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we finalized a few things on Monday, but yeah, that was...
And then we went to the dump, and I love going to the dump.
Yeah, we went to the dump on Monday.
Yeah. But then it was wisdom teeth on Thursday, so poor Elliot.
Yeah, wisdom teeth.
Poor Elliot.
God, she had a terrible experience.
Yeah.
And seems to be okay now, but like traumatized, so probably need to get her to a little therapy for that. I'm not kidding. It was really horrible for her. She's got little chipmunk cheeks today.
Did you say too much
chipmunk
cheese?
Cheeks. She has too much cheese. No, she has chipmunk cheeks. But I made, she was feeling so hungry, and all we have is like sweet food, like, pudding and ice cream. And so I last night I made her favorite potato soup, and then I just used the immersion blender and blended it all up, and she was just in heaven. So she had more for lunch, and there's still another serving in there. But so
Good.
yeah, but it's so much maintenance. For the wisdom teeth, you have to rinse with salt. You also have to rinse with this prescription thing twice a day. And then you have to take, there's painkillers, and luckily she hasn't been nauseous yet, knock on wood. And there's also, you have to take an antibiotic for a couple of days. And I'm just like I've got alarms going off on my phone, trying to keep ahead of the pain for her and make sure she's done all. And I don't know how she would possibly do them herself. You have to have someone manage that for you because
you're out of it too.
Out of it,
right? Yeah.
So, 0 out of 10, do not recommend. And that is a direct quote from Elliot.
Oh, poor Elliot.
I know. God, it's just I feel like it's been. Not to take us too far down the depression hole, but it's been one thing after another for quite a while now.
It's been let's just say it's been a really hard month.
A year. 2025
but
sucks.
the last 4 weeks have been
really
particularly bad.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to hitting bottom and coming back
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Oh, that's scary. I don't want to think of what bottom might be because we're still, and I mean, to update, I know we mentioned my dad is here and he's dying. He is on hospice now. And so I've taken the last few weeks off of work to be with him, but also to arrange lots of last visits from family members who are coming to town to see him. So that, too.
Very upsetting.
It just weighs heavily. It's just been really heavy. So,
and getting emails from the funeral home.
Oh my God. I know. It's all so surreal. It's so surreal sometimes. You're just, making a plan with someone and talking on the phone and
but it's weird because we're at that point. You go through these stages in your life where you're young, and then you're in high school, and then all your friends get married, and you go to college, and then you get married, and then you have kids, and then and then your kids graduate, and then your parents get old.
And that's happening a lot for people we know, and it's also really cruel, quite frankly, that for women in particular, that children are teenagers. And parents are getting old, and also you're in perimenopause, and
you've got it
cannot regulate your emotions, or else just fat. I'm just fat, and it's oh my God. So, oh my God, everybody stopped listening. Probably they're probably oh no, Anna and Jason are doing terribly.
This was the opposite of what this show was supposed to be about. I know. We'll have to
basically.
We're here to have a little fun. That's why we're here.
Feel free to cut out the moment when I said, and not to go down a depression rabbit hole. That's where I took it too far.
Oh, no. They need to know why we were a week late. Let's play 60 seconds of pop, shall we? I'm going to find the...
I came up with my own. No AI here.
Oh. What does the time stopwatch look like? There it is. So are you saying that you're going to grill me first? All right.
Sure.
You have 60 seconds on the clock.
In the entertainment industry, so we're talking music, TV.
Yeah, I'm aware of what that is, yeah.
Name as many Nepo Babies as you can.
Nepo Babies. Well, there's that Wyatt Russell guy.
Okay.
And there's, who is Gracie Abrams?
There you go.
Just found that one out. And Robin from Stranger Things. What's her name? God damn it. She's
yeah.
And gosh,
so many more.
I think that's it. I think that's all there is. I don't think anyone else goes into the biz.
So many more. My personal favorite.
Your personal favorite?
Dakota.
Dakota Johnson. Yeah. I thought you were going to say Benedict Cumberbatch.
No. But as far as I know, he's not.
He's not Nepo Baby. Do you have more off the top of your head?
There's that. Bryan Cranston's daughter is on The Pit. She's so good. She definitely deserves that role.
We're going to be talking about Bryan Cranston a bit today.
Oh, God, time. I love him. I feel like there's just a lot. Well, Nicolas Cage is a Nepo Baby.
Yeah. Oh, and then all of the
Robert Downey Jr.'s Nepo Baby.
Yeah. I guess I just don't really care. But
Yeah.
I mean, if they were a Nepo baby and they were really, really bad and they were just there, I mean, it's however you get that first bit of luck shined on you, and then you can, if you're either gonna take advantage of it or you're not, and however you get into the biz, I guess. But
that's all.
God bless them. Okay, what was I gonna ask you?
I don't know.
Here we go. 60 seconds on the clock. Name as many characters in the Mario universe as you can.
Okay. Well, okay. There's Mario, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, Bowser. There's the Koopa Troopas in general. There's Daisy, and I don't know what that other princess's name is. There's King Boo, and Toadette, and Yoshi, duh. And there's Girl Yoshi. I don't know what her name is. Let's see here. Well, there's Baby Mario and Baby Luigi and Baby Peach and Baby Daisy.
Go to Mario Kart.
That's where I'm at.
Oh, that's where you're at.
Oh, well, there's Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong Jr. And I don't know what some of those guys are called. That was a lot.
That's good. You're at time.
Yeah.
You did better than I did on Nepo Babies.
Nepo Babies. It's a harder one.
All right. We'll be right back.
He came in the night. No warning, no squeak, just teeth marks in the bird seed and my grass seed and my dreams. There's a rustle in the rafters, a shadow by the broom, a whisper on the camera in the corner of the room. He's clever, he's cunning, he's practically sleek. He outsmarted my poison in less than a week. Oh, Kip, with your twitchy little nose, you danced round the traps like you knew how it goes. You nibbled my hopes, you chewed through my line, you made my whole garage your filthy shrine. I tried the snap, the glue, the jolt, but Kip just laughed and did a somersault. He ate Bug Killer like it was cake, then moonwalked past with a smug little shake. Then came the stench, a horror I can't name. One rat's in the zapper, but Kip was never that tame. We went in deeper, and oh, the dread. So many glue traps, so many dead. My Funkos untouched, in their boxes pristine, now covered in droplets. Kip, you unholy fiend, you defiled my nostalgia, my precious shelf rose. You turned my man cave into a rat-cursed tableau. We thought it was over. We cleaned, we bleached, we reset. But then, he came back. A final rat burst through the cluttered abyss, a twitchy-tailed demon sent to finish the twist. But Anna, my angel, she rose without fear, paint can in hand, her battle cry clear. So now we are free, or at least we believe, but I lie awake still with a heart on my sleeve. Or if Kip had a plan, if he trained a new pack, well, the traps are all ready, but will we fight back? Kip the rat. He knew where I kept the snacks.
Hey, and we're back. So we've had a chance to actually see some movies. You guys, have you thought lately about how expensive movie tickets are?
Oh my God. I know.
Good Lord.
I know. We were like, okay, these are the movies we want to go to in the theater coming up. And then we paid to go for 3 of us to How to Train Your Dragon. And we were like, okay, never mind. We're gonna actually ease up on
I know,
our
and
choices.
we got a kids ticket for Amity, And so ours was like $50. And then Elliot went with her friends.
It was 60 something.
$67. Her tickets were even like $18 at the same chain, just a different theater. It was like, holy crap.
Yep.
Anyway, so because I want to go see Elio, the Pixar movie, but I'm like, how much money do I want to spend on this?
Right? Do they do matinee prices anymore?
No. I don't. Well, they may. Yeah, some of the earlier ones sometimes are like 25 or 30% off, but it's not big. But we should look into that because it's summer and and I'm a cheapskate,
enjoy going
evidently.
to the movies, but that's just insane.
So we went to How to Train Your Dragon. Elliot has different thoughts than we do, and if she could speak, I would have her here to talk about it. But so she's got the animated movie memorized. Right?
Oh, she loved How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, she still loves it. Like she holds it dearly.
But she is a super fan, so she had some thoughts. I hadn't seen the animated movie in forever.
Yeah.
And I went to this and I thought,
that seems like it. That seemed like it.
That was a good movie. Did they change some things? I don't know. It seemed pretty good.
Oh, I know. And I told Elliot if he thinks I thought they changed. And she's like, no, they say that. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then, so I was like, it's basically the same movie. I mean, I liked it. And she came back and she was like, let me tell you my problems with this. So, but at the same time, she would have been pissed if it was a carbon copy, I think. So, I don't know.
Her thought was, make it. They already have the kids version. Make this PG-13. Add a little gore. Make it a little more for like the grown-ups, and especially now that the kids that liked the animated are older, make it more. If you're gonna go live action, show some blood or shows something.
Dragons like tearing people apart.
I know. It's still a kid's story though, so I don't think they were going to do that. But it was at least a good thought to make it somewhat different. Yeah. But I thought it was good.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I mean,
there were parts that they clearly like drew out a little longer, and I was like, I could have done without that. Yeah. Like the whole part where he sort of gets to be friends and gets Toothless to trust him. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I get it.
Let's get to the flying.
A montage would have been fine here.
Yeah, that's true. Let's tighten it up a little bit.
Tighten it up. and she said that it was longer than in the. So there were some obvious parts, but I liked it. I thought because they were humans, I thought that like the pain that some of them had because of their dads, like they also played up that on one of the side characters too, and I thought it was more effective. Yeah, because it was humans. Having, usually you can only see so many emotions, I think, on animated characters, especially the poor animation that was done years and years ago. For that one, it's pretty rinky-dink, but
so it's good. Don't spend $70 to see it. But
although I did see someone said go see it in 4D because it was amazing. It's like shaking your chair and everything. Yeah. But
that reminds me. There's Apple put out a trailer for F1 on the phones. And they use the vibrating haptic engine in the phones. So when you're watching it on your phone, you can feel the engine revving in your hand when you're watching the trailer. It's really cool.
They really want people to watch that movie.
It's in the if you go to the Apple TV app on your phone and go to the F1, you can watch it. One that I wish we would have gone to the theater for was Sinners. Yeah. We ended up actually just buying it at home because that was cheaper.
Because it was cheaper, but also because our schedule would not allow us to go. Like we seriously were 2 weeks out. We're like, okay, this is the date we can watch it. I know. Amity's not going to be home. That was part of our scheduling because she cannot watch that movie for a variety of reasons. And but it was really good.
It was good. I need to watch it again. I know a lot of people
I want to turn around and watch it again
several times. The first time, I think I need to watch it with captions on because I missed some of the dialogue, and I had a problem with just before. I don't really want to spoil it. I wish that I had known the full thing before going in, but before the movie switches. I wish I would have understood the plot better, or like why I was watching that plot. Like, because that plot was progressing, something was happening, and then before it really took hold, I thought
I don't think
then we
you were
switched.
watching that plot for a reason because the whole thing starts as,
But it lasts
as a
forever.
flashback.
It's too long then. I mean, it's a flashback, and then
setup.
it's the whole thing with the Michael B. Jordan twins doing
He's
whatever
so
they're
good
doing.
in that.
He is
Oh my
really
God.
great.
Fantastic.
And I mean, the movie's beautiful, beautifully shot.
Yep.
Cinematography's amazing.
Yep.
Elliot was hung up because they kept switching aspect ratio between widescreen and full screen, and it didn't seem to have any rhyme or reason. We haven't watched the making of it yet, so I'm sure there must be a rhyme or reason as to why it was switching, but we didn't really get it. But yeah, it's definitely worth watching.
It was good.
For sure.
And I do want to see it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't think. Was there anything else you wanted to say about it? Because you didn't want to spoil the.
I don't want to spoil it. I wish I didn't have the spoiler.
Yeah. So okay, check out Sinners. It's you can buy it or rent it. You can rent it for $20 or buy it for $25.
Yeah, or go see it in the theater for $1 zillion.
No, because we really couldn't. Like, I guess you're supposed
It's
to go
out.
see it on IMAX.
Yeah.
Because it is shot on an IMAX. Half of it's shot on IMAX, half of it's shot on regular. And like Christopher Nolan was helping. It's Ryan Coogler who did the Black Panther movies, made this, and he has a special shout out, thank you to Christopher Nolan at the end, because Christopher Nolan is like an IMAX master, and so he helped him a lot with the cameras in this. But so if you have a chance to see it on IMAX, do. But I think it's too far away from its release date to still be in the theaters for that. Amity and I just watched the Minecraft movie.
You know, I walked in a couple times and I heard a couple funny jokes. Like,
no,
it was, the jokes sounded funny.
So, the girls and I have played Minecraft since Elliot, like for over a decade. You know, forever.
Oh, yeah.
We love it. We love to be creative in there, and it's just it's like a playground where you can build whatever you want and do whatever. And then also at the same time, if you want to switch over to fighting zombies, you can. So there was a lot of like inside jokes and funny stuff. The problem I had was Jack Black was just overacting the whole thing, and it was just took me out of it. Like if he would have been a little more genuine, it would have been even better. But he was just the whole time. I was like, dude, chill out. Just be a character. And, because even Jason Momoa was that, but he wasn't as obnoxious as that, even though his character was obnoxious. But I can see them making more of these because I believe it did pretty well in theaters. So but yeah, if you're a big fan of the franchise, definitely it's on HBO now, so if you have a Max subscription, just watch that for free and don't have too high of expectations. But it was kind of fun. It was fun to see them building stuff and living in that world. And anyway, but C+. And you just watched The Breakfast Club again. So.
Oh yeah, Elliot and I just watched The Breakfast Club. It has, some, like, there's some problematic words and whatever in there, right? But at the same time, it made me laugh so hard because of like the little. It was made in the 80s, and so it looked like the 80s, and it sounded like the 80s. And and we're watching Stranger Things, by the way, with Amity. And so
that's on our list, yeah.
What I love about watching Stranger Things is all the things they get correct about the 80s, but then you watch The Breakfast Club, and you're like, this is the 80s, right? So they have, like, dumb things that they say, and like, he flips you off, right? So he's holding his middle finger upside down, and he's like, you hear that? You want me to turn it up? And lifts it up. I'm like, yeah. I remember there were so many ways to like flip someone off, in the 80s.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was really fun to watch again. And luckily, the kids these days are woke enough to identify what's not cool about what's said, but also appreciate like the message of the movie, which is, don't stereotype people. And also it's all about like the pressure that people are getting from under their parents, and so the idea is like you think you know, but you don't know this person and what their life is like. So
cool.
Yeah.
On TV, you've been watching Yellowstone.
Oh my god, I have. Okay, so I totally finished season 1.
Why, Anna?
I love it. It's kind of dumb, but here's the thing.
I didn't even get an invite. I'm like, next thing I know, you're like halfway through season 1. I'm like, oh, guess you're just watching Yellowstone. Huh?
Sometimes They're just things you need to watch on your own. And Yellowstone is one of them.
And The Pit, evidently.
And The Pit.
Yep.
And Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah. No, Yellowstone is... Because I also don't want you to, like, poke holes in it and ruin it for me. That's basically why you're not invited.
Do I do that?
Yes.
No, I don't.
No, you can't be. It's one of those shows I'm watching with no judgment.
Okay.
It gets a little outlandish. Like the season finale of season 1 was just ridiculous. Like just so many things happened, and then there was another episode where like there are these, and it's completely like this. I don't even know how to explain. Okay, there's just stupid stuff that happens that gets it got really dramatic.
I just saw someone get branded.
Oh, yeah, they get branded. That's like part of, being on the crew for Yellowstone is you get branded.
And Kevin Costner.
So he has like 6,000 acres in Montana near Bozeman, and he wants to keep his land. It's his land, right? It's been in his family, and it's his land. And there are all these outside forces trying to take his land. And it's just, there's enough about it that feels really old, like Montana, before we had Target and the internet and all that stuff. And Montana was just like almost off the grid and out on its own. And that's the kind of like Montana that he still lives in. And so you have to like, you have to know somebody. You're putting people in place to get what you want from this government entity, and everybody's placed everywhere. So they're all working together for the government to benefit them. And then they've got these people coming in from California and whatever, right, wanting to buy up the land.
So it is set in present day.
Yes.
But he lives in a different time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, I think I talked about this. I can't remember. So, like, one of the things is, this guy buys up the neighboring land, and he's going to put a subdivision in there, and Kevin Costner's furious. And so... because there are not a lot of laws about what you can do on your own land, he literally reroutes the river so that it doesn't go through this guy's land anymore on his own property. It's pretty funny. And there's just a lot. There's a lot of Montana stuff. And then there's a lot of like, who in Hollywood wrote this bullshit right here? But yeah. It's funny. There was one where one of the guys gets he's like the lead rancher, he's the yes man, and he does all the dirty work. And he goes out and he finds 2 like Chinese hikers who are somehow hanging off a cliff on his property, and a bear is trying to attack him. And so he's trying to save the hikers, and then they fall to their deaths, and then he kills the bear, and then he calls the police, to tell them, and then he's under investigation for killing a bear. And anyway, it was just like but the hiker thing was like not important at all. I was like, what is going on? So,
all right.
Yeah.
So, are you going to go back and watch the Helen Mirren one, 1920? There's all the spin-offs now. Like, there's the prequels and then Yellowstone went on for like how many seasons before Kevin Costner was like, I'm out?
I thought it was still going on.
Oh,
and so what I really love about it, though, is the openness and the fact that it's in Montana. And they actually film a lot of it outside of Missoula. And so it's just very familiar to me, right?
On that place where we were rafting?
Yeah. Just, right. At the Paws Up Ranch.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have no idea, but it's beautifully shot, and that's part of it. It's just like, I'm just like, I get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
That old Montana.
Okay. Cool. Maybe I'll watch it someday.
Yeah. No, because you would be like, oh, it's ridiculous because, and then you'd ruin it for me. I don't need
I'll watch whatever I
don't need to hear that.
Well, I'm watching Rick and Morty season 8.
There you go.
You. Here's the thing about Rick and Morty.
I would ruin it for you. I'd be like, why is this so dirty?
It's not nerdy.
Dirty.
It's dirty. Yeah, okay. But it is also nerdy. But yeah, that's the problem with that show. It's very funny. It's very, like, it's Dan Harmon, so it's very smart. And it's kind of like makes fun of society and all this stuff. But also there are, pixelated penises. And the Easter Bunny in the last episode made everyone have sex with everyone. And so it's just
Which
bonkers.
is something you said offhand in front of Elliot's friends, by the way. I was like, what are you doing? Are you trying to be cool?
No, I wasn't. I was like trying to tell Amity why it was so not appropriate.
Because it's a cartoon. Yeah. And Elliot's
cartoon.
2 friends are here. I'm like, oh my God.
Whatever. They're in high school.
No, I know, but I was just... Yeah, I think Elliot was horrified.
Anyway, Rick and Morty is back, and if you watch it, I buy it so that it's they don't bleep the F word, so I can listen to it.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting weeks to watch the bleep version.
Yeah.
But we did say we're watching Stranger Things. We just finished season 3.
Which is just the best season. We all watched the season finale last night with
Susie and
it's Susie.
Hopper dies.
Yeah, I know. Poor,
oh my God, poor Amity's bawling over there with me.
and she's like, you guys didn't even seem to care. I was like, yeah. I said, well, we just saw it, we just knew. We've come to terms with it. It's been years now.
We thought he was dead forever. Although in the end credits scene, they say the American in the thing. So, but that was just to give everyone hope. And
yeah, she didn't really catch that. She was like just horrified that we were like, meh.
So yeah, Amity is watching it now, and this was the same time that Elliot got to watch it at this age. And by the time we got to season 3, episode 5, we were like, oh my God, what have we done? That is a pile of human bodies.
This is a horror movie.
Monster.
Full-on horror movie we're watching with our child right now.
But Amity watches Grimm and other things, so I think she's pretty unfazed by it.
She was fine.
Yeah.
But it was it was fun. I love that season. Season 3 is
season 4.
Oh, I don't know.
They're burning through it.
Yeah, because Elliot's got nothing to do. So and same with Amity. School's out.
Oh my God! So we watched the finale of The Studio at CinemaCon. Drugs and Bryan Cranston.
That was really funny. That was my favorite episode of that show so far.
Bryan Cranston is the funniest human being in that show. That was so funny. Him high as a kite and just running around. And they're trying to keep him.
And he's so good at physical humor.
Yeah.
Right? Just so good at it. Yeah.
So good.
It was really funny.
I really liked that show, actually.
Yeah.
And I just saw behind the scenes of the boardroom scene with Ron Howard. And they like to do oneers on that show. They love to do just like long one camera shots. And so you don't really notice it in the moment, but in that scene, so Ron Howard's on one end of the table, and then it's kind of the part where the Seth Rogen character, like, he remembers back from A Beautiful Mind when Seth Rogen's character gave him that stupid note or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And so he gets up and he walks around the table, and then they try and keep the action moving, so they move the camera from one person to another, and they wanted to be able to move the camera down the long table to someone and then move it back and then have it follow around. This is use of CGI that you never think of. They actually took out the entire center of the table so the cameraman person can come in and walk down the length of the table, and then when you watch it, you're like, oh my God, yeah, that camera is just like floating on top
right? How was it
of the
doing
table,
that?
and then it goes over here and it's like moving around. So it was really cool because there's a lot of technical stuff in that show that's also cool to watch, because there's the one scene, the oneer episode, where those oneers are insane, where they have the car and like the camera's on the car and then there's no one on the car like to even hold the camera and all those shots. So
it's super cool.
And it's funny and anxiety.
Yeah, that's the problem for me, is it's so anxiety inducing in a way that's very cringy, right? Because Seth Rogen is just like, so it sort of plays to like imposter syndrome, right? He has no business being in that position.
Yeah.
And he has that position.
Yeah.
But he actually is an imposter. Like he really has no business being in that position. So that's why, I don't know, part of it's like, oh my God, it's so stressful.
Well, part of it is he cares too much about making the movies, great movies, but then he is in the position where he's not always able to make great movies, and then he has all the pressures of like Hollywood politics and all that stuff to deal with. So it's
and
fun
he's
to watch.
starstruck, and he wants everyone to like him.
Yeah. So anyway, if you haven't watched The Studio, absolutely go check it out. It's on
a
Apple
lot of fun. TV, right?
Murderbot.
Oh, there's another episode that
there was one we haven't watched it yet, but
I'm warming up to it.
I feel like it's just really long. Like whatever the story is, it's taking. But also, they're only 24 minutes long, so they can only fit in so much. But I just feel like they're like. Well, now the last episode with all of the murders and whatever, you get to the point where like, okay, something is definitely happening.
Right.
But it just seems like there's been a lot of filler. Like when they go out to the beacon and then it blows up and then they're just out to like. That was just a waste of time.
Why did we do that?
Anyway,
that's true.
But I do enjoy it. And then Wrexham, I did see some news because the whole thing is about how old players and what they're doing, and Mullins has been traded. This is now.
Oh
so
no!
It's not definitely doesn't happen in the show,
right?
But
it's gonna happen in the next season.
I don't know if he's traded or if he's loaned for a year or something, but he's going to be gone for a year.
Yeah.
So that was just in my feed because, of course, I still follow the Wrexham stuff. So then I get spoiled, but then I forget about it, and then I watch the show, and then they play the show out of order, and so anyway,
you're like Super Paul Mullins. That's too bad.
But yeah, that's everything we're watching.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. I don't think there's any movies coming. Well, we're not that we're ever going to go to a movie again because they're so expensive. But we have Elio, 28 years later, which is actually getting really good reviews.
Did we watch the second one? I know we watched like 28 Days Later.
Probably watched 28 Weeks Later, but I don't remember.
I don't remember it.
But they said it's sort of like a reinvention of the zombie genre.
That one scared me so bad because they run at you, and now they run at you a lot. Like in The Last of Us, they run at you and all that stuff.
Yeah, but what's interesting about this is these have been zombies that have been around for almost 30 years, right? So and I don't know if like the zombies have been alive for that long, or if they eventually fall apart and die, and then they just infect someone else, or if there's actually zombies that are that old. That would be an interesting story. Jurassic World, I'm pretty sure Emily wants to go see that.
That looks so bad. No, she will be so stressed. She hates movies like that.
I know. It looks so stupid. We have to find these weird dinosaurs to save humanity.
Oh my god, it looks terrible.
Superman looks like it has a lot going on, but I do kind of want to see it. But I don't know how much I want to see it. Fantastic Four, I really want to see it, but The Naked Gun, I also really want to see. But yeah, that's about it for this summer. All right, we'll be right back.
This episode is sponsored by Hangry Candle Company, the candle brand for people who feel things, mostly hunger. Whether you're stressed, snacky, or just one minor inconvenience away from a full-blown meltdown, Hangry Candle Company has a scent for that. Every candle smells like something delicious and comes with just the right amount of attitude. Check out all the Hangry goodness at hangrycandles.com and use code Seacrest for a sweet little discount. Hangry Candle Company. Let your home smell how you feel.
Hey, let's play the omelet game.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mine is pretty much just one theme.
Rats. Wait, you have likes?
I do have likes.
Okay, I'm curious.
I like going to the dump.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I do like going to the dump. Actually, we went, and then I'm looking around the backyard. I'm like, oh, we've got this stuff that I need to get rid of. We've got that old cornhole thing I need to get rid of. And whatever that old fountain
oh my God,
thing,
I know.
I'd like to throw that away. And I'm sure there's more stuff in the garage that I could throw away. But because you forget that you can just go to the dump, and it's just right there, and it's not that hard.
It's just not open on the weekends. That's
what it is part. Till noon.
Till noon on Saturday.
So you got to be ready to go.
Yep.
Which is
hard
kind of a pain
to do.
But yeah. Do you have any likes?
Yes. Well, my stuff kind of goes. So my first like and dislike go together.
Oh, okay.
So my first like is
my first dislike is rats. So
yeah,
they go together.
My first like is Nespresso. I miss it.
Oh.
We stopped using it, but unfortunately, my dislike is the cost of Nespresso and the waste. So
what did you say it costs?
$50 a month we're saving by not using it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it's so also Also, it could be, though, because we're drinking less coffee. If we were drinking as much coffee as we did
when we had the machine,
it might equal out.
That's possible. I don't know.
So
Also not wasteful, but
I know.
yeah.
And you're just like, oh, the cost. I like summer vacation because I'm no longer on bus duty.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
that's just a lot of driving every day for me.
Yep. You did a lot of driving.
Because I work from home most days, so I am the person that does all the driving.
Yep.
But it used to be you, so
Yeah.
now it was me. My turn.
The tables have turned, as they say.
I also dislike rat poop. I don't know if I've... I vacuumed up so much rat poop.
It's so awful.
Oh, and then it's in your vacuum. Well, luckily it was in the shop vac, so it's not like it was in... I
Right.
need to probably just throw that shop vac away.
Just take that to the dump.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, you don't want to mess with it. Okay, so my next like is our evening dog walks.
Yeah.
Those are nice. We take off for between a half an hour to an hour in the evening and walk the dog.
Yeah.
And
That little fat dog, some exercise.
he's doing great. He's losing weight.
He's doing better, though, I think. And it's not been as hot at night. So
Yeah,
that's
it's helping. He gets hot. And then a dislike, yard work. There's so much we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people who had this house before us,
We're
they were
retired.
retired. And so, like, my mother-in-law was just here for graduation, and she's like, what's going on with your garden? Why isn't your garden? I said, I don't have time for that hobby.
I know.
It's, first of all, gardening is it's a full-time job, and it's expensive, and it produces maybe at most one cucumber and a couple of tomatoes. So,
Yep.
I don't know. You really have to love it.
Yep.
But my blueberry bush is self-sufficient.
Right, like
I
that.
used to have strawberries, but those are gone. And then the grape, we didn't cut back the grapes, so...
It's going to
Those
take
are-
over the whole world.
Well, I don't think they're going to be very good grapes because I think there's just so many.
Oh.
The bush is trying to produce too much, so maybe we'll go in and
Cut it back.
trim
anyway.
it back a
Yeah.
little bit.
But again, that would be some yard work we have to do.
Yeah, but that's a pretty easy one. Just
And then we
I've got the blackberry.
we have a diseased pear tree, which I'm lobbying for just pruning it now or taking it out now
Yeah.
because I don't want to let the pears grow full size because they're all diseased and they're just going to fall on the ground. Then we have to
Yeah.
pick them up and get rid of them. Like
Yeah.
screw it, just get rid of the stupid tree.
Yeah. And then we've got the blackberry jungle in the back,
Yep.
which I did do a pretty good job of
Yep.
bringing down to the ground, but of course it grows so fast
And
that you just have to stay on top of it.
There's a lot of dead, like the previous owners planted a lot of rhododendrons, and I think recently, right before we bought it,
Yeah.
because there's like 4 or 5 dead rhododendron plants that just did not make it because they were planted in terrible spots, like in shade, and I don't understand what's going on.
I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, so we need to simplify, but we don't have time to go out there and do that.
I don't know who's got time for that.
I don't know.
Ain't got nobody got no time for
Nobody
that.
got time for that.
Chicken tetrazzini. Turkey tetrazzini?
Turkey
Turkey
tetrazzini.
tetrazzini. And an RJ Cruiser. I like going to soccer
PC
games.
Cruiser.
PC Cruiser. But it wasn't RJ. Oh, but back then it was a PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser.
Not PC.
These are jokes from The Soup from like 10 years ago.
More than 10.
By the way, if you have not
Probably 20.
ever watched Joel McHale on The Soup. I like going to soccer games. Last week for Father's Day, we went to the Thorns versus the Washington Spirit, and we kicked their ass, and
It was fun.
the sun finally went behind the roof, and it was great. It
Yeah.
was so much fun.
I got our tickets in the usual area where we sit, but we usually go to 7 o'clock
Yeah.
games, and we went to a 1 o'clock game, and we sat there and fried for a solid hour before the
Yeah,
sun.
I don't love that seat because you're at the...
I don't like the corner
You're
seat
at
either.
the corner, and their depth perception is so off.
Yeah.
Except you are pretty close to Bella Bixby in the goal. And she's so cool. So
Yep.
That's good. And then I also dislike rat traps and killing rats.
Did you kill a rat? I killed a rat.
I inadvertently killed 3 rats.
Yeah, they just.
But I didn't have to
died
lay
there.
hands on them.
Yeah.
And Ron's over there telling us about him doing it, and then you're like, oh yeah, I got a paint bucket and just
took it out
smashed
of its misery. Yep.
I might have just thrown it in there alive.
Oh no. Oh, that would be terrible. I would
Horrible.
just
I
live
can't
with
do
the
that
guilt.
either. Yeah.
No.
But you you kill a lot of animals, mostly with your car. You could have thrown it under your car, but then you would have had a rat trap stuck
to my car. Yeah, that's some pretty strong glue there.
And we've discovered now that, okay, if you're going to throw a rat trap into the garbage, put it into a bag first, because I'm like, oh my God, we put those in there, and then I just put it out to the curb, and then I'm like, I'm going to open that up, and there's going to be a stinky rat trap stuck to the lid and one stuck to the side, and I'm not going to be able to get it off, and they're going to stink forever. But luckily,
they all went into the garbage.
Yep. Because I was a little freaked out.
My final like is the Portland Starbucks cup. We saw that, the mug. We saw that. We actually went into a Starbucks the other day after the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I really like this one.
Yeah. The girls hadn't been to Pioneer Square in
years.
So It is funny that we live this close to Portland and our children rarely go into Portland.
I know.
But I mean, we go in there for food or a game, but we don't just like go like hang out or walk around anywhere or anything. But we did walk from the stadium all the way down to Starbucks, like the cool Starbucks in the middle of town. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool cup. I like my Iowa one better though.
Which I'm drinking out of right now.
Yeah.
And my final dislike is getting the mail.
Getting the mail.
I just wait till you do it. I never get the mail.
And I wait like days.
I never do it. I have never, since you like, I don't even know what you do to open it. I've never done it. I just want you to know. I've never opened the mailbox. And there's something in there right now that your sister sent. Oh. So go check the mail, please.
Oh, when I have the app, I've signed up for informed delivery from them. So they scan all of our mail and send me an email each day of what's going to be in the mail.
Oh my gosh.
So sometimes I'll look at it and see if I even should walk over to the box. But
no, because it's broken and you use something to open it, and I don't even know what it is. You showed me, but I have never done it.
The lock broke.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to deal with replacing the whole mailbox. So I just put some really strong Velcro on it. And then you can't pull it open with your fingers. But there's a paint can lid opener in the tray. And you just go get it and then just pull it open with that.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you. Honey, I'll show you.
No, you did show me.
I'll
and
make
I
you
still
a video.
Just, no, you
I'll make a
showed
reel
me.
and show everyone
and
how to get into our mailbox.
And I have never checked the mail since you did that.
I have so many projects around our house, and it's just weighs on. That's what weighs on me, right? Like I had to replace the back light and the front light, and I had.
But you did a good job.
I had the tubing under the house.
Yeah.
And I don't know, so many things, and now we have to replace the sink in the kitchen.
No, not the sink, the faucet.
The faucet, and it's how it's put in there is so hard. You're like down underneath, and I can barely get my fingers to the nut. And
I wish we had the money to just call a handy person. Like we had a handyman who was like, here are 3 projects.
Yeah, but I think if we work together on it, we'll be able to do it anyway. So I hate that. That's a dislike, right up there with rat poop.
We're too.
Right.
We do not earn enough money for the lifestyle we desire, which is for someone to do the things for us.
And now we have a child going to college.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Cool. That's everything for the Amelie game. We'll be right back.
You built your walls of plywood pride, stacked your snacks and stepped aside. You thought a garage could keep you clean. You fool, you dared confront the rat supreme. I crept through the cracks, I gnawed through the gloom, danced past your traps and I raided your room. You left me a buffet, oh how quaint, birdseed and bug spray, why what a saint. Poison, please, zapper, cute, your little glue traps, absolute moot. You watched from your cameras, trembling with dread, while I chewed your wires and pooped where you tread. You called me a pest, a menace, a plague, while I outwitted you with finesse and vague intentions of chaos, precision and flair. I taunted your children, I danced on your chair. And then came the smell. Oh yes, they fell. My less gifted kin who didn't do well, but I thought it was over, your victory near. But I sent one last rat to whisper in your ear. Now I'm gone. Or am I, dear man? Did I perish? Or merely rework the plan? The traps may be ready, the shelves may be bare, but sleep with one eye open. Because I'm still there. Still there. Still there. Still smarter than you.
And we're back, and we got a new game to play. This is actually a game you, too, can buy. It's called Poorly Explained Movies. They're cards that have movies on them, but the explaining the plot of the movie is not
Really
good. Here, I'll read
poorly
some off
done.
the box so we can know. Let's see. Nude drawing session ends with everyone being cold.
Titanic.
A single father loses his son, but he finds him at the dentist. Finding Nemo. A janitor writes all over school property.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. And a goose suddenly dies, and it makes everyone really depressed.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. So we each have 10 of these, and we will try and guess them.
Yep.
So and there's a hint too if you really need.
Yeah, if you need a hint.
So, do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. A cancer survivor starts wearing spandex.
I need a hint.
His roommate is blind.
His roommate. Oh, is it Deadpool?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. A man with a limp is miraculously cured.
That would be Kaiser Sose, Usual Suspects.
Very good.
A young man makes a movie about a plastic bag.
Oh, oh my God. What is that movie called? Kevin Spacey. I Rule. What is that movie called? I can't remember what it's called.
American Beauty.
There you go. Yep.
But you
That one.
knew what it was.
I knew what it was. A wedding ring in the toilet ruins somebody's plans.
Have I seen this movie?
Yeah.
A wedding ring in the toilet. I don't know. Hint.
To escape their spouse.
I don't know.
Sleeping with the enemy.
I don't think I know that movie.
We haven't watched that one? Julia Roberts? Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Haven't seen it.
You don't know that happens, right? No one's seen every movie.
It's from 1991, so I didn't know you then.
Okay. A young man has a tense reunion with his birth family in space.
In space. Is that the hint? Mm-hmm. He has a tense reunion with his birth family in space. Is it Interstellar? No.
Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Not very good today.
That's okay. Go ahead.
A tiara explodes during a beauty pageant.
Tiara explodes during a beauty pageant. Is that Miss Congeniality?
Correct.
Two women fight to the death over a pair of shoes.
To the death, huh? I have no idea.
There's a tornado.
Is it The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I don't understand who the two women fighting to the death is. I guess, so it's, over a pair of shoes. So it's Dorothy and the Wicked Witch. Okay.
I guess.
Got it.
Okay. A girl eats a cookie and starts crying.
Monsters, Inc.?
Nope. You want a hint?
Yeah.
It's animated.
Thanks. That was my guess. I was thinking of Boo. A girl eats a cookie and starts crying. I don't know.
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, yep. Yes, she does. And a boy suddenly finds himself with way too much body hair.
Teen Wolf?
Yes.
Yes. All right. 3 families all unknowingly share a house.
Encanto.
No, they know.
Oh, they
All
know.
unknowingly.
Unknowingly share a house. 3 families unknowingly share a house? Hint?
In South Korea.
Oh, is it the Parasite?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just Parasite. There's
Parasite.
no the...
I know. I was just thinking. A woman tries a new hair product.
Tries a new hair? A woman tries a new hair product. Oh, I don't know. I need a hint.
She has a lot of admirers. 1998.
And she tries a new hair... Is it Legally Blonde?
No.
No. A woman tries a new hair product. I have no idea.
There's something about Mary.
Oh. Oh, yeah. That movie.
Gross.
This is a tough one,
Okay.
but you've seen it.
Okay.
Poor record keeping leads a man to forge unconventional friendships.
Poor record keeping. Oh, is it Memento?
Nope.
No, that was good record keeping. What's my hint?
With Native Americans.
Blazing Saddles?
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves. I don't.
They
think
don't
I've
know
seen
he's
that.
out there.
No, I haven't seen it.
What? You haven't seen Dances with Wolves?
No.
Christ.
I know you've seen it. We've talked about the fact that I haven't seen that before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
A TV star tries to quit, but the rest of the cast won't let him.
Oh, is it the Jim Carrey Good Afternoon, Good Evening, and
Yeah,
it's
Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Yep.
Good night. Okay, you should get this one.
Okay.
A group of men search for a missing brother.
Hangover.
No. Brother.
Yeah, I thought he was the brother.
Oh.
A group of men.
No, he's the groom.
Right, but I thought that. Okay. A group of men search for a missing brother. What's the hint?
During World War II.
Oh. So is it Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. A scientist almost causes incest.
Oh, that's Back to the Future.
Yes.
All right. A factory owner is a hero for making useless products.
Factory worker.
Owner.
A factory owner is a hero for making useless products. Hint?
A girl has a red coat.
Oh, Schindler's List. I was going to say Schindler's List.
Yep.
A drug addict takes advantage of a disabled man.
A drug addict takes advantage of a disabled man. I was going to say Forrest Gump, but I don't... No, what?
Yeah, it is.
How is he a drug addict?
No,
Forrest
a drug addict, Jenny,
Oh,
takes advantage
of a disabled man.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, I actually thought Forrest taking advantage of Gary Sinise, which didn't happen, but it still got there somehow. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see here. A professor defeats Nazis by keeping his eyes closed.
I want to say X-Men, but I don't think that's right.
A professor defeats Nazis
Oh, it's Harrison Ford. It's
by keeping his eyes closed.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep.
Yeah. And my last one is: there's a lot of barf in space.
There's a lot of barf. Oh, is it Spaceballs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they're making the sequel to.
We are, and I'm so excited about that.
Amity is the most excited about.
Yeah, that's true.
You have one more, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you'll get this one,
I
but
probably won't because you've picked movies I don't know.
okay. Well, this is also from the early 90s.
Oh, okay. Weird Science.
A doctor gets into a fight at a drug conference.
Hint?
With a one-armed man. I wouldn't have figured this out. But
Is it with a one-armed man? Is it The Fugitive?
Yep.
Okay.
I never know.
There you go.
What you're gonna get
I believe
right.
Anna won that game. Congratulations to you. You get a Seacrest Out candle.
Oh, thanks.
So,
Cool.
good job. I think that's everything for this episode. We'll be back soon. I don't know when we'll be back. We definitely need a break, and then we'll come back and do season 2. We'll start, and we'll do 10 more episodes of Pop Culture Fun Time.
Yeah.
Preferably when we're super busy and
Right?
don't have any time.
Maybe
to do
when
it.
school's starting.
Yeah,
That's
right
the
when school
best
starts.
time.
Or when we go on vacation.
Right.
We'll do it then.
We'll just start it then.
We'll try and figure out when we can do 10 of these.
Oh my God.
But it's been fun. I'm glad that we brought it back. I guess if this was the big show, this would be like episode 356 or something. But we stopped counting, and I changed the name of the show because I wanted something less generic.
Okay.
Pop Culture Fun Time?
Sure.
That's not even words. Those are just words together.
And clearly we don't know any pop culture anymore because we're too old.
Pop Culture Fun Time?
Yeah. Pop.
.com. So yeah, for until next time, till we see you again with our giant Andor special this summer.
Oh my God.
I'm Jason.
I'm Anna.
Seacrest out.
Fun won't end till Seacrest out. Getting kinda hangry, eating Oreos again. Playing games and smiling like the night will never end. We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last. With pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Pop, 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 bitty pop, 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 pop. We're guessing, laughing, catching a thrill. Give us a call, join in, you know.
Pop Culture Fun Time with Jason and Anna is produced by Morley Studios and is a Delta Park project. Theme music by Overwrought Music Therapist. For hot takes, questions, or pop culture rants, call the Pop Culture Fime hotline at 1-888-240-9031 or email jason@morleystudios.com. Visit popculturefuntime.com for episodes, show notes, and bonus nonsense. If you like the show, rate and review it wherever you get your podcasts. Your review might just get read on a future episode. Unless it's mean, then we'll just cry about it off mic. Subscribe, share, and tell a friend who thinks Three Amigos still holds up. Because it does. And remember, if you want to score the coveted Seacrest Out candle, you've got to play a game with us on the show. Reach out today and prepare to lose.
Games and smiling like the night will never end. We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last. With pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Hey, getting kinda hangry, eating Oreos again. Playing games and smiling like the night will never end. We're rolling out the stories and the memories that last. With pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Pop culture fun and a blast from the past. Oh, we're guessing, laughing, catching a thrill. Give us a call, join in, you know the drill. Grab a snack, take a seat, don't hesitate. It's pop culture fun, don't be late. The good times only end when we shall Seacrest out. Pop culture fun time, that's what it's all about. Seacrest out, Seacrest out. Hey, pass the Oreos!